Wait. Wait. Alright, cool. Alright. Hello, everybody. I'm back. It's your boy. I'm back. Guess who got sick last week again? Me. This guy right here. Yeah, you bet. Yeah, so I got sick again last week. That's cool. So I couldn't stream last week. Man, like, well, again, it's always, every week it's just something new with me. It's just like, either I get sick, I have to do something, it's like, you know what? We pressure through it, okay? We pressure through it. Anyways, important news that I have to cover before we start to Reverse 1999. By the way, I was supposed to play Zenless Zone Zero, but my dummy dum forgot to update it, so that's gonna take forever. I promise you, we'll play Reverse 1999. Zenless Zone Zero next week. I promise. And if I don't, then I can't keep promises. Anyways, but more important to news. Okay, there's a lot of news that happened. News that has happened recently. And not real world stuff, because honestly, let's not talk about those. My good pal Meat Spud is doing a birthday debut. Yes. And if you don't know who Meat Spud is, he's a cool, funny guy who does funny funny LMAO stuff. Anyways, yeah, he's doing a birthday debut, and if everybody could potentially go over there and you know, say happy birthday and also congrat him on his model that he got, 3D model. Yes, he has a 3D model. So freaking microphone. Hopefully I did that right. Please tell me. Yes. Okay, let me pin that. Good. Okay. There we go. Anyways, yeah, so he's doing he's doing his debut. His model is sick. He has a 3D model. Did I put M? Yes. 3D model. Did I put M? I did not want. What is Shift M? Okay, there we go. Freaking A. Anyways, yeah, he has a 3D model. He's doing stuff. He's birthday today and shenanigans.mp3 with peoples. Yeah, that's pretty much it. He has his debut again. If you could go check him out, drop him a follow. He has a lot of new stuff. Honestly, obviously, I support those who do their debuts because it's something new for them, and they worked real hard to, you know, set it all up. So, you know, yeah, so drop him a follow if you want to. You can also sub to him, and yeah. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think that's it. Yeah, on, you know, stuff on that. We're gonna play Reverse 1999. Now, last time, obviously, recap time, because, you know, loves giving recaps. Also, actually, before we get to that, I got a new desk. Actually, it's technically not a new desk, but it is an improvement to a desk. It's a lot, it has more space now, so I can, you know, actually, you know, move my hands and puts because like the old desk that I had so many things cluttered in one area. I was like, man, if you saw it, you would be like, wow, this guy does not organize anything correctly. I'm pretty sure this was my parents' desk that they used, but they gave it to me because honestly, if you saw the state of the old desk, it was bad. Like it looked like it was going to break. It literally looked like it was going to break. But I got a new desk and so much better. I love it. But yeah, that's also new. But yeah. So recap time for Reverse 99. I'm probably gonna only recap. I don't know. Also, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Also, hello. Anyways, recap. We're gonna probably recap the beginning of this because if I went way too far, it would be pointless. Anyways, if I can remember correctly, hopefully, and if I can't, then I'm gonna cry. Okay, so what I remember is that in the last chapter, we followed a person, or Vertin and Sonetto went to Antarctica to stop Manus Vindicte, from doing the ritual, you know, typical, and basically, you know, get, I forgot, Dr. Doris, there you go, nailed it, stop Dr. Doris, or get Dr. Doris, because they use her to, you know, activate the ritual that they were gonna do. Anyways, we also followed a person named Nautica, and she was there to find the Mother Spirit, which was a folktale, but in reality it wasn't real, but kinda was. We're gonna skip by most of it, but yeah. So they went to this sacrificial altar, and basically Nautica sacrificed herself, kinda, to the altar to open the door that was blocking the way where Dr. Doris was being held. And basically, Arcana was dead at that point, and they summoned the, I forgot what it was called. It was a storm, but it was a tidal wave. Anyways, they used that to bring back Arcana. If you don't know who Arcana is, she's kind of the leader-ish of, you know, Manus Vindicte, but you know, kinda. I don't know about Forget Me Not, but he's also there too. Well, he wasn't there, but you know, he's a part of the group. So, anyways, they basically brought her back, and we now are in a new timeline because if you don't know, the storm kind of like, you know, it's like a time loop, sorta. It's weird. Anyways, we're back in time, and obviously some things are not the same. With the new chapter, a long way down, or long what? A long way. It's clear to us that something has changed because a war is happening. A war never changes. A war is happening that is not supposed to happen, and now we're here. Hope you got through the. Hope that I explained that in the best of my abilities, because I tried to remember at the top of my head. Anyways. Yeah, honestly, I tried. But we are on part 6, but I've also noticed that I have missed some documents, so we're actually gonna go back real quick. read those documents because I love reading. I love reading so much. I think we only have one, I believe. Probably only one. Damn. Okay. Where was it? There it is. Miss Sophia, you can't blind a faith on hatred. You witness the primordial world shatter time and again. Have you not? Tell me, how do you navigate the we shelters who we can. The Timekeeper, the Foundation took in Regulus 37 and many others, Miss Sophia. And yet, you must let go of kin and friends, trading over the corpses of untold more besides. You turn a blind eye to the suffering wood by the wheel of birth. Because you little arcs is simply too small to carry them all. We Manus Vindictae is not the answer. They only bring more suffering, more self. Is that not the world's true face? The wise reach the foreshore, the lucky grasp from air is they cling to whatever they can find, and the rest struggle in the whirlpool below. The Manus are killers. Do you really want to drag even more people into that whirlpool? Even if no hand disturbs the sand, the tide will eventually rise to erase all marks. Or have you found another answer? The fragility and imprecise of this of sand is precisely why people strive for something eternal. Sacrifice is agony, yes, but I and those beside me walk this path because it is the right one. I see you're already made up your mind. It's been a long time since I read this. I'm trying to yes, I'm trying to, brain cells try to, yes. We missed this one. Clock and statue. Field hospital conversations. Have you heard about the Sentinel? I saw her that night before anyone could react. Old Noah was already down. The shot was unbelievable. Did you get a clear look at her? It was too dark to see much. Just a figure wearing a cloak, but I'm almost certain she was clearly a Libel rifle. She's probably on our side. I wouldn't be so sure. They say she's the one that took out General Matthews 2 weeks ago. Might be someone playing both sides. Either way, having the worm gone is good for us. Oh, ow, that hurts. Bear with it. I'm almost finished. Moira shooks a towel in cold water and wrings it out. The wounded soldier's fever still hasn't broken. Her eyes have from one amputee to the next, checking each stump for signs of infections. Listen, another soldier cuts in his face, wrapped in bandages, with only one eye visible. The Sentinel doesn't take sides because she isn't human. That's no rifle. It's a javelin or a spear. and she's got wings, silent as a bat. During the day, she turns into a stone statue. You could walk right past without noticing it, but at night she comes alive and hurts. Even seeing those seen ever seen those church gargoyles? That's exactly what she looks like. Maybe those wings were just her cloak. The first soldier insists. It's more than that. My comrade saw bullets hit her, but she didn't even flinch, like they were hitting a solid rock. Hey, Johnny, isn't that right? Johnny, Maria pauses before looking up. Johnny, Johnny died just after dawn this morning. A push for peace. Inside the briefcase lies infallible evidence that peace is possible. Push for Peace, Part 6. The stranger studies her again.
He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city.
Pardon?
You possess remarkable self-control, a trait seldom seen.
A hint of approval, odd and unspoken, leaves her unsure how to react.
My thanks. But I have a question.
As I have one for you.
Why did you kill the Colonel?
Answer me likewise. Why did you protect him?
She gestures towards the slope.
But trying to end the war.
They did it again, huh? Yes. Towards the slope to the row of crude headstones filling the range.
And I as well.
You seem to mourn the dead, but you don't realize how far you've set us back? We were nearing a ceasefire.
Postals from pale flowers tremble in the dry wind. Sentinel leans forward, gentle, shielding the flowers from the wind with her cloak.
6 years and the war rages still. Do you think ending bloodshed is as simple as to say, "'Tis done"? Have you any mind of the mission the Foundation pursues here?
We know it won't be simple. Yet each side was open to negotiation. That's why they sent...
The chuckle is weary and dark.
You placed false hope on Hirschfelder. You invited a wolf into a bed of lambs.
Tell
You
me
think
he's
his
a
death to be
traitor.
the spark of a reignited war. But even if I had stayed my hand from him, your plans would have been for naught. The Manus scheme and the wicked prosper.
Manus Vindicte. You know of their plans? Then you're claiming that Hirschfelder was a Manus?
She lets the question linger long enough to feel unanswered. Then the sniper begins.
He is not one of those devils. He is only one tool of many.
Aww.
The Manus offer the gifts of Mammon and Asmodeus, greed and destruction. Hirschfelder was tempted by their technologies and became a willing servant in their schemes.
A groan rises up from the horizon, the sound of distant artillery drumming, throbbing like the heartbeat of a wounded beast. She raises a second finger.
But others serve them unknowing, affected by an arcane skill which clouds their eyes in red mists, driven to blood and glory as a starving dog is to the hunt.
Her eyes shift to the stiff outline of a soldier. Soldier she knows as Curran?
Your commander, Eberhard Brown, bears that mist.
I remember this guy. I remember. It takes a moment for the words to find some impact. When he speaks again, there seems to be a change in his voice.
Then will you see that death comes to him, as you did Hirschfelder?
That is not yet certain. I do not kill without purpose.
What is that now? He does not seem to reply or find a reply, his mask concealing any trace of emotion.
What you just said about the Manus, can you confirm any of it? The Foundation could make use of any intelligence you have. We may be able to save these peace talks. But we will need proof.
All is vain. There is nothing new under the sun. When I told my commander about the Manus, all I received for my effort was scorn. Their eyes were not satisfied with seeing, nor their ears with hearing. Kings and generals yet still turn a blind eye to the suffering. If they had a shred of the light of God within them, they would never have pursued this war. As for the Foundation, that which is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is wanting cannot be numbered. I have no faith in them.
She looks away, pulling her cloak tighter.
That is all I have to say.
Spare him.
He speaks, the change in his voice, now more actun, more vivid and more personal.
Eberhard Braun, I need you to spare his life.
Neither mercy nor vengeance is mine to give.
Interesting. Very interesting.
It is officially 1920. I wonder at other people's impressions of this war. From what I've seen, there are two contrasting views, though in various forms. One of heroism, and the other, sadness. There is one truth which I have found bridges both of these visions. Despite how cruel it may sound, this war is the prelude of a new era. I have to believe that, because if this death and destruction so unparalleled in history does not herald change, then there is no hope for humanity.
How bleak.
The leader of XX1, obviously that's number rules, and I don't know which number that is, stands on the streets of Metropix, I don't know, looking over where Colonel Hedgehoff was killed. By the time he arrives, all other military forces have withdrawn. Only the Foundation remains on site to guard the ruins of the town.
Blackbird, give me a hand.
As soon as I finish my bread, Beagle.
His team has already begun soaring up the town's defenses, their line pulled back to just a corner of the street.
There are 122 armed personnel available at your disposal, sir. 23 of them are Arcanists. I've brought you their profiles.
He takes the personnel file from the security staff member, eye shifting towards the makeshift HQ, filling the Foundation flag.
Right then. I'll read through these. Now get back to your position. I need eyes on our command post.
Yes, sir.
He looks cool, by the way. I like that. The staff member walks away, and in the same moment, a curiously armored field medic approaches.
Martian, is it?
You recognize me, Mr. Krios?
I read your report on my way here. You're the one that encountered our sniper. Twice now, I hear.
Correct. I have some additional details about my encounters. The first is that I appear to have been followed out into the forest the first time. I was warned on my device just after the shooting.
Never mind that. What about the other thing?
That doesn't concern you? Fine. The other thing is that I have reason to believe our sniper is a gargoyle.
A gargoyle?
There are records of gargoyles participating in this war as part of Arcane Skill Response Unit.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised.
They're able to petrify their bodies at will, making them immune to small caliber arms. And I believe they're able to render themselves undetectable.
Sounds as if you fought them before.
The intimidation presses her more clearly than any bullet, but she faces the emotion down, giving an answer as truthful as she can bear.
You could say that.
It would go far to explain how she managed to enter Morpea without being noticed. I'll have to ask HQ to send us a counter-arcanum device. She shot the Colonel, but then slipped out, leaving our own agents unharmed. We can't be sure of anything, but we can't rule out that she may possess reliable intel about the Manus.
She is trying to kill them with, like, you know... Rushed footsteps interrupt his thoughts.
Mr. Krios?
Who this? The newcomer is obviously out of place, the sort of well-dressed that usually comes with fanfare.
I'm Herr Georg Kramer from the Interfactional Committee. I've come on behalf of the Reichstag to start another round of negotiation with the Foundation.
So, I wish there was a team bind for that, but
Parley has been cancelled, Herr Kramer. Seems there's no more room for negotiations. My job now is to investigate the possible involvement of Manus Vindictae.
The visitor steps forward. Though he lowers his voice, a trace of urgency and excitement leaks through.
Precisely what I'm here for, sir. We received a warning from the Foundations that Manus Vindictae has infiltrated our armed forces and is attempting to usurp our rightful authority. I am worried this may be true. I do not intend to lie, sir. Germany lies on the verge of total collapse. Both politically and rationally speaking, we have no reason to continue this war. It seems our army command is out of control. They are determined to drive this war to its bitter end, regardless of the misery and death they are causing. And I have reason to believe the Manus are behind it.
I mean, they
I take it Army Command is not
practically
aware
caused
of this.
everything, but yes. It wouldn't be a cursed catastrophe if Manus didn't have to do anything to, you know, cause it, but, you know, practically, tried to make chaos, and, that's what they're good at. The observation is sharp, to the point, and quite obviously correct. Perhaps the cruise some authority, the man arches his shoulder back, adapting in utmost regal pose.
I represent the majority of the Reichstag, sir, as well as the office of the Imperial Chancellor. We are united now. All we need is some hard evidence. If it can be proven to His Imperial Majesty and to the Reichskanzler that Army Command has been infiltrated by this Manus cult, I am certain we will have the authority to end this.
So, you're asking me to share the results of my investigation to root out the rotten apples in your army?
Oh no, man, this guy kind of looks suspicious, not gonna lie.
We will do everything we can to restart the parley once we take control.
His head bows deep and serious, though certain... I clicked it once and it didn't... Through the sudden winter wind tosses his hair and collar out of place. He pulls in a deep breath.
And we're willing to reach a ceasefire on certain conditions. I assure you, I'm not just saying this because of my stance. For the sake of my country and its people, this war must be stopped.
Okay. Interesting. So we know that she's kind of not a part of Manus Vindictae. I mean, I doubt it, but we know she's a gargoyle. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Under the veil, the bullet spurs neither the kind nor the cruel. All are caught in the same tragic fate. Under the Veil, Part 7.
In the first 3 months, I had no idea who I was fighting, or what lay on the other side of the trenches. It was as if there were a black wall standing between us and our enemy. They could attack at any time. I can't sleep. I don't want to die. I don't want to see their faces. I don't want to know what our enemy looks like. And worst of all, I don't know why.
We still don't know, like, his background, though, so... Yeah. By the time he returns to the trenches, the most recent bombardment has already ended. A trench can never really be called claim. I can't read, I swear. A trench can never really be called calm, but the rattle of machine guns and the crack of rifles slow and fade into the background. Jeez, man. The shelling hasn't changed. I'm gonna cry. Thank you for the follow. I'm having trouble reading it. I hate it. Anyways. But yeah, thank you for the follow, by the way. Appreciate. The shelling hasn't changed much. A few new craters to replace the old ones.
Ach so, you're back, Millman. Tell us, where did you take little Franz?
I think it was Vidya? I'm not gonna say Vidya for the last.
And
Thank you, Vidya, for following. And I'm not great with names, so I try to kind of pronounce it my own way. So thank you, Vidya, for following. Outridge gets out runs out a reply. He's standing in Fred's boots, freshly. Say that, I don't know.
I bet Herr Wille you take the opportunity to keep walking and never come
That
back.
is not.
Lucky me.
Where is he?
He's dead. I guess you'll call
All
me
right.
Herr Hauptmann now.
He casts his eyes to a new crater disagreeing their trench.
Caught a shell. Just like that.
His face pales. His face pales, and then runs flesh red, throbbing veins straining out all among his forehead.
Lucky me. Unlucky him. That Schweinhund.
He rushes to him.
Stirb! Und wem soll ich jetzt meinen verdammten Sold geben? Warum bist du überhaupt zurückgekommen? Wir haben schon genug Geister in diesem verdammten Schützengraben.
He rushes to him, grabbing him by the collar. He died, and now who... Wait, hold on. He died, and how do you... And now how... Give me a second. I need water. That's what's happening. I need water. Jesus Christ, I can't read today. I need water. Okay. Take 3. All right. He died, and now who do I pay up to? You. Why do you even bother coming back? We had enough ghosts in this goddamn trench. He pulls him up and tosses him against the trench wall.
Du schlendest hier einfach durch und holst unsere Brüder. Du begräbst sie. Warum? Warum darfst du zurückkehren? Und sie bleiben tot. Willst du uns verhüllen?
You waltz through here wherever you like, just to take away our brothers. You bury them. Why? Why do you get to return and they stay dead? Are you mocking us? He slumps but does not fall, making no effort to fight against his strength.
Der Tod verspottet nicht. Und er kann auch nicht aufhören, zurückzukehren. Er ist ebenso machtlos wie jeder andere Soldat, seinen Dienst zu erfüllen.
Death does not mock, nor can I stop its return. It is as helpless as any other soldier to do his duty.
Welches Schicksal uns erwartet, bleibt verborgen. Sein verschlungener Pfad zeigt sich erst, wenn wir ihn betreten. Niemand wählt die Stunde, in der der Tod ihn findet.
What fate lies ahead of us is unknown. Its winding path can't be seen until we step through it. None choose the hour when death finds us.
Scheiße.
Shit. A curse, flat and empty. And just like that, the fire and fury are gone from him. Soldiers walk by, look away, and continue their work. 100 pairs of eyes, and each of them nub to the clinic scene, or chaotic scene.
I just want to keep myself in one piece when my time comes. Better make sure I look good for my funeral, right? Now, off you go.
Sir, there's movement coming from no man's land.
Oh, great. The spotter interrupts their standoff, handing him a trench periscope.
What? That's just 2 soldiers. Could it be a trench raid?
So, he grabs the scope and clutches it up to a nearby parapet.
I don't think so, Herr Hauptmann. Why would they go over the top in broad daylight? Look, they're waving their arms.
Huh?
It's a trap.
What are they doing?
Definitely a trap.
Their hands are wrapped in bandages.
Is that a problem?
He returns the periscope
Keep your eye
to
on them,
the
soldier.
spotter.
I think I know what's going on.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
The living walk over dead men's ground.
Deserters, I'll bet. I heard some soldiers used to shoot their own palms so they could be sent back to the rear. But they reward that kind of cowardice with bullets nowadays.
Do they come seeking death or life?
With all the officers keeping their heads low, maybe they decided they don't want to do the punishing themselves. Just kick these poor bastards out of the trench and tell them to walk till they drop.
That's fine. All the new memories override in his mind, forming an incomplete but certain thought.
They do not march to us as warriors, but as broken men.
You're right. Pass it down the line. Does anyone here speak French?
Oui, a little. I took some French back in school.
No.
The French? No, I'm joking.
Yeah, Herr Hauptmann.
The spotter presses his hand against the...
Là-bas!
Thank you, game, for autoplaying. Anyways, his hand against the sandbags, trying to project his voice through the firing slit. Hey, you, over there.
Lâchez vos armes et venez ici.
Let go of your weapons and just come here.
You!
We.
What the?
Look out!
Okay.
Who the hell shot him?
Well.
What are you waiting for, soldier?
Dude, stop. Voices carry from ahead around the trench line. The mayor's face is ashen and stiff.
I killed him.
He stumbles out the words, laying prone up against a sandbag, wisps of gray smoke lingering out from his shaking rifle. His glasses are thick as a church window, and still he's the best marksman in the company.
The other bastard's still standing. Are you blind?
But, Herr Major, he surrendered. He dropped his weapon.
Wait, so did he kill him, or...?
You idiot. They have a bomb or some kind of infectious disease.
Do you want to keep him, soldier? You going to share your rations with him?
Herr Major, we're supposed to accept all prisoners. There are camps to send them to, or even the safe zone.
He pulls his pistol and points it at the marksman's chest.
That was an order, soldier. You are to shoot that foreign devil, or I'll send you out to test if their snipers are as spineless as you are.
I...
Major.
Rasping voices ripple down the trench as bodies make way for the figure moving like a change in slow motion. Major turns towards the sound.
Carl, what took you so long? Don't you know I could have you shot for dereliction of duty?
Punish the guilty then. But the man that stands alone is innocent. Spare him.
The statement is stunning in this sharpness. Defiance is not a true trait Major has come to accept from him.
You are not entitled to challenge my authority, Sergeant.
His war is over. His blood should not water these fields.
Feiglinge!
Cowards. He strides forward in a single in a single step, boots thumping against the trench's wooden planks.
You are just like those foreigners, poisoning the hearts of our youth with feckless sentimentality. Your weakness, this fatalism, is a plague spreading through our ranks. That man over there is a threat to our fatherland, yet you plead for his life.
A single unblinking stare sweeps over the gathered soldiers, crawling each man into silence.
I won't let this cowardice ruin our nation. We will keep fighting until no man alive stands against us. Only through their blood and our tireless sacrifice will we grow fearless and retrieve the glory of our birthright.
There is no glory for the dead, Eberhard. Only suffering, guilt, and regret for those that remain. No courage is found in the blood of the innocent. Only stains that can never be washed out.
Unsinn!
Nonsense.
I remember you. Major Braun, my old friend, would never say these things. What lies were whispered in your ears by Manus Vindicte?
Shut up! That's slander! Who told you that?
I do not slander you, Herr Major.
Explain yourself! Explain all of this!
Someone's not ready with this nonsense. The man roars, and for a second time, he is slammed against the trench wall.
Lügen! Manus Vindicte! Was soll das heißen?
Lies, Manus Vindicte. What do you mean?
These are not your eyes.
Antworte!
Answer me. But this man's fire does not temper it. It bursts. He reacts too slowly to evade the pistol, as it is slammed across his head. Or smashed. His eyes are fixed on the pistol in his hand, anger replaced with shock. He, now wounded, raises his head to meet his bowed head beneath the curtain. Something seems to crack.
Raise your head, Sergeant.
Eberhard.
Do not call me that. I am your superior officer. Verdammt! Obey my orders.
It should not have been this way.
He raises his head. The movement is heavy and labored. Can I read, bro? Jeez.
This is not a sight fit for the living, Eberhard. But perhaps you must be reminded.
No! Your face! Cover it now!
Do you remember the fear as bombs exploded by our sides? The pain when our brothers moaned out their last breaths? Have you forgotten? Or have you only hardened your heart?
This war is... Sacrifice is necessary for a nation to make progress. Every soldier who has died for the fatherland should feel honored for their sacrifice. You should have been honored, Paul.
Jetzt sprechen wir nicht von Opfer. Der Tod ist keine Ehre. Er kennt kein Ritual, keine Tugend. Er ist Leere und nichts. Der Krieg hat uns den Tod zu sehr zur Gewohnheit gemacht.
It's got an autoplay, so I can't even read it, so sorry.
Ganz gleich wie dieser Krieg endet. Wir haben bereits verloren.
Ich bin dein Vorgesetzter. Du willst mich töten? Dann tu es.
Der Tod wird dich nicht retten, mein Freund. Ich hoffe, dass du dich selbst retten kannst.
Yes. The other soldiers huddled to the side. He collapses to the ground, his eyes swirled and go blank, looking up and nowhere at the same time. His face is bone white and stiff as a corpse. He kneels over him and closes his eyes, a motion all too familiar to those watching.
Scheiße. What the hell just happened?
He peeks out from the crowd, managing a question both timid and brave.
Is Major Braun dead? Carol, you didn't.
Did he?
He stands discreetly facing away from the crowd, replacing his mask and hood with careful precision.
He will live. We will leave here together. You have command, Erich. Make the right choices. I don't want you to see what lies beneath. Please, look away.
Words bridge at the edge of his lips, but he swallows them back. All others stand stunned and silent as he departs with Major in tow.
All right. Someone grab that deserter. I'll search him. Show's over. Move it, soldiers. That poor sap is still waiting. Ausführung.
Alright. Alright, he is very mysterious. Okay. Apparently he just has that. Okay, so he's not normal. Duh. Something's going on with him, and yeah, apparently look into his face and you just die. Alright. Okay, so we now know that his face is covered for a reason. Though we still don't know his background, so.
Look at these boys.
Yeah.
So tell me.
Look at these boys. They left home with puffed chests and confident smiles on their faces, thinking they'd go to the front, pull a few triggers, kill a few enemies, and come back as heroes. But when their feet hit the soil, they turned pacifists. It seems wounding their own hands rather than their enemies. Their mothers should have begged them to stay, not wave their handkerchiefs to see them off. They made a misjudgment. Ha! Misjudgment. Quite the confident excuse. Convenient excuse. Soldiers follow orders officers give them. Higher ups make them. Parents send their children off to die. and not one of them will bear the weight of their misjudgments. Only the dead must answer. Look there, at the lifeless body laying flat in the mud. He couldn't even mutter the courage to flee, so he buried a fellow soldier, a man he bravely knew, with 3 cigarettes to surrender with him. He died, killed in a moment of pure, seamless hatred, and the other lived. And the other lived, saved by a flicker of mercy. Where should his mother aim her grief? At the officer who changed his mind just a moment too late? Ha! The officer will be they'll say he too was a victim of this endless, miserable cycle of hatred. So tell me, please, tell me to who this rage should go, and I will take this kitchen knife and plunge it into their heart. Interesting. Death of the young. Both life and death are equally insignificant. Death of the Young, Part 8.
Don't worry so much, Paul. We'll find glory on the battlefield. No man can stop us as long as we stick together.
It's an Arab.
Come on, let's join the war and prove ourselves to Herr Mühlenberger. Think how proud your parents will be. Their son, a war hero. Eberhard! Verdammt! Wer ist Dietrich? He's been contact. Grab that gun. We need to go. Move!
I mean, that was the only thing I could think of.
Do you think we'll win, Paul?
I don't know, mein Freund. I think I just want to go home.
Dietrich, Bethke, and Elvin. What did they die for if we just give up? Hang in there, Paul. The only way to make their sacrifice count is to win. We promised we'd go home together. Paul! Paul!
Major, the past is in the past. You can't change anything by letting yourself be overcome by sorrow. Don't forget that victory is the only thing that matters, and we can give it to you.
Give it to me? How?
I'll make you a true hero, one without fear or hesitation.
Smoke and blood fade into the distance. He lies in a wooden board dragged by some unseen force. He swallows air like a drowning man, and instantly the foul stench of decay fills his lungs. The dragging stops.
You're awake.
Paul?
What? But the man behind the mask says nothing. He only offers a hand.
My head hurts.
He struggles to adjust to his surroundings.
Where are you taking me?
Taking a long time to find focus.
Mon père. The Foundation may have some cure for the spell you have fallen under.
No.
So his name is Pao? Or is that still, I don't know. Still dazed after the ordeal, he can only mutter in denial. He looks around, searching for something to brace against. Internally finding the ground, he takes off his hat and stretches out his straw-like golden hair.
Gott im Himmel. What did I do?
He still can't find his breath, each grasp of air only making the choking sensation worse.
That deserter. I ordered Rudolph to pull the trigger, but I was the one who killed him.
The other lives. Eri saw to that.
He wasn't the only one. So many have died. And I was the one that sent them to their death.
He lowers his head, holding his gaze at a small patch of soil beneath him. He watches him, adjusting his dark cloak.
Do you remember, Power? There was a poem, like...
So his name is
Goethe.
Pao, okay.
No, Schiller, maybe. Those days at school feel like a fairy tale now. Herr Mühlenberger asked you and Dietrich to write it out on the blackboard. You two didn't even know where to start. I remember I thought he was going to snap you both in two. Just a few months later, we were here. Dietrich died that very first day. Do you remember how we cried that night? We thought it would be the saddest day of our lives.
So they have something in
We
common.
ran out of tears
For sure.
before anything else. Mir ist kalt, Paul.
Die Angst kehrt zurück. Halte sie fest. Sie wird dich wärmen.
He clutches his teeth and braces himself.
This is the place you found, isn't it? Where Franz was buried.
He lies below us.
There are so many graves. But I am still alive. Why, Paul? Why am I not lying among them?
The living speak of luck. The rest are silent.
The answer doesn't satisfy, but the lone survivor can't find a new question. After a long silence, he speaks again.
I wish I could forget it all now. If I didn't know what happened, I wouldn't... No. No, it's not right for me to ask that. But I'm still alive. Is there anything I can do for them?
That isn't a question for the dead. I can't tell you what to do, Eberhard.
He reaches into his coat pocket, but finds it empty. He shuffles a helpless grunt.
You mentioned Manus Vindicte.
You remember?
What about the Foundation? You talked to them too, right? Do you really think they can stop this war?
They pursue peace, but it cannot be found by their efforts alone.
He turns from the hill to the wood, though the thicket and further lies the town of Montpix. He closes his eyes and waits for his thoughts to settle.
Come on. Let's go see Montpé again.
I was about to pay a visit to Herr Mühlenberger when someone from Army Command said the Colonel wanted to see me. I was taken to a meeting room with many other officers. I recognized them. I knew many had just been promoted like me. Colonel Hirschfelder showed up to give us a speech. Yeah. The same colonel who was assassinated after the parley. The time has come when our nation calls for heroes, he said. With our foremost goal to create a prosperous new world for our children. We have fought valiantly, and now the war turns in our favor. We stand but one step away from total victory, yet it is at this very moment that our soldiers have lost their courage. They waste their time looting every barn, cellar, and shed in search of treasure, and drink to numb their fears, delaying our operations. Their greed and cowardice have spread through our army like a malignant tumor. Fortunately, we have found a cure. An organization that believes in the promise of our victory has provided us with an extraordinary development. That's all I remember. I don't have a mind for technology, but it just washed the fear off me. Thinking about it now, we must have been like lab rats to them. As soon as they finished their ritual, we became so sure of our victory that we began yelling and singing as one. We were just fresh-faced boys again, thirsty for a war we'd forgotten.
Interesting. The hiss of static echoes through the suspicious room, then fades.
I think that's enough for now. That was a recording from a German major we encountered in Montpé. I intend to submit a report with full details, including his entire statement and an explanation for our inquiries.
The head of the frontline investigation quiets, awaiting further instructions from the decision makers at the rear.
Manus Vindicta is moving quicker than any of us could have imagined.
But none of these make sense.
He has returned from the front, still shaken from the assassination attempt.
If they came to this era at the same time as we did, how could they have already infiltrated the military higher-ups in such a short time?
We've already theorized that Arcana may now possess the power to rewrite history. Which means going forward, any records from history as we once knew it will be unreliable for estimating their strengths.
They're getting stronger. He falls into heavy silence.
Pedro, what were the other representatives' opinions concerning Manus Vindicta?
They all denied its existence.
I see. It seems as though we're left with no other option but to change policies.
What?
No, we can't resort to such radical measures.
The Dru's representative settles his position in advance.
The Foundation risks alienating any potential allies if we act too aggressively now. This war will not be the end of our fight. We will need to rely on their cooperation in the future. And that requires trust and a sense of security.
On the subject of governments, I have some news to report.
His voice resurfaced in the conference hall.
A man of the Interfactional Committee paid a secret visit to Morpeth, hoping to obtain intel about the Manus.
A secret visit?
As a fellow politician, he immediately grasped the true intent behind their visit.
What did they say? Do they intend to use our intel against the heads of their army command?
You've guessed it. If their government manages to rein in the army, it'll be much easier to reach a ceasefire.
But if anyone were to find out, we might be accused of interfering in their internal affairs. Have you considered that, Creius?
Officially, the Foundation never made any contact with their government. All I did was have a candid conversation with a man about my concerns for his people. At any rate, they haven't any reason to expose their cooperation with us.
He settles one key detail.
There are simply too many uncertainties to consider.
But I'm going back and forth. Anyways, the politician is associated to checks and balances catches of a factual dispute.
History will only be restored to its rightful track if the peaceful factions on each side can rise to power and stop this war. This has been our goal from the beginning. It doesn't matter which era we end up in. We always benefit from a political climate that is friendly to the Foundation. That's undeniable. What do you think, Pedro?
He removes his glasses and rubs his eye.
I might be able to persuade some of the other committee members to support this proposal. If we're certain of this course of action, then we'll have to provide intel to those seeking peace, in all governments involved.
Good. No faction should put their own goals above those of the Foundation's. We'll need more to verify that Major's statement. Send investigators to search other regions and report everything they see. Creius, continue your investigation. Follow every possible lead.
Understood. We'll dig up whatever they have buried.
Okay. Alright. So, now we know they're partners. Okay. Interesting. Alright. Paths crossed. Whispers of movement lost beneath the calmer of calamity, I think. Paths crossed. Part 9. Night falls and creatures stir. Not far away, there's another shadow hiding in the forest. Under the cover of night, perhaps he would be taken for the withered tree trunk. But my brain already forgot the word. There we go, okay. But gargoyles belong to the night. They recognize one another with ease in the dimness.
Un homme est proclamé coupable, et pour cela condamné à mort, près même de la justice d'un procès. Son exécution est survenue telle en vain, le réduisant au silence avant qu'il ait pu prononcer un mot de repentir.
A man is proclaimed guilty, and for this he is condemned to death, denied even the justice of his trial. His execution come as a wind, silence him ere he might utter a word of repentance.
Et c'est cela que tu appelles la justice?
And this thou wouldn't call righteousness?
Leave me be, Ladislas.
She shrugs the heavy question off.
Hast thou reflected on thine actions? Meeting eye for eye and tooth for tooth. Is it justice or vengeance still?
Do you think so little of me, that I would call it justice, even were it not so? Blame me then, cousin. Damn and condemn me. I care not.
Never would I damn thee, cousin. For it is thy soul for which I am most concerned. I fear it doth wither with every act of malice. Hark and listen well. Dost thou forget the nature of our unholy ancestry? We are the kin of demons. 1,000 years hence, and their malevolence yet floweth thickened in our veins, and their whispers pricketh still our ears in the silence.
Then answer me this question, dear cousin. You stand before the scales of a balance. On one pan, the lives of 10 men, and on the other, 100. If you had the power to shift its weight to save the money, would you?
A question that is heavy-laced with blasphemies. Hast thou already bent thine ear to the devil's lies?
Answer me, cousin. Elsewise, there is nothing more that needs to be said.
He furrows his brow and lowers his head, lips maintaining motioning the words of a prayer.
Silence? Are you truly so naive? The scales are laying far heavier for those in the throes of war. Yet you have not even the courage to answer a simple question. I'm afraid you have mistaken your weakness for virtue. Go back to the monastery, Ladislas. This is war. Red in tooth and claw, and your heart proves too quick to kindle.
He vanishes into the dark with a sigh, his form melting into the night. The gargoyle statue leans against a tree for a brief rest.
You're again at odds, it seems.
A voice rings in her ears. It speaks without a source, coming from neither place nor person.
It was not a battle, I thought.
Our cousin is more learned than either of we two, but he lacks in courage compared to thee, most daring of us all.
I do not deny his learnedness, but there are neither letters nor prose that might aid my mission.
Thou burnest too short a wick, and the flames of perdition rise to meet thee. I fear for thee, Marie, that thou go forth to a battle that will consume thee, whether in defeat or in triumph. Marcel, Antoine, and Yvonne, They once promised to return as thou didst. Yet they fell all the same, each after the last. Eva was taken before she had even tasted better.
Let remorse consume me if it must. But God willing, I will see the end of this war first. Ere then, the fear of regret will not stay me. Not now. And perhaps, on that day when peace finally comes, he will return to us.
The voice vanishes in the... Thanks. The voice vanishes in the night's breeze. She would not hear it again this night. She shakes off the scale of stone and... The march towards her next lead. Are you gonna do this again? Are we serious right now? Okay, thank you. Lays out a logical schematic map over the table. He picks up a handful of bullets, placing the first on med picks.
Major Brown was able to recall some of the locations that may have been used by the Manus. His coordinates aren't what anyone would call precise, so he'd best start searching ASAP. Chester, you'll take the forest. Casper will be expecting on the edge.
One bullet stands... Please, just let me read. One bullet stands upright on a spot marked as forest.
Camilla, Lee, you'll search from here and move along the river.
We'll get it done, sir.
Each new order is marked by another round placed upright on the table.
Charles, Amanda, you're on Hill 299. You'll need to cross no man's land to get there. Make sure you establish your identity with both sides in advance to avoid friendly fire.
Understood.
The crowded room ties order by order, bullet by bullet, until only the last round remains.
Farabian.
Yes, sir.
I want you on this village. Take Marsha with you. She's a skilled combatant as well as a medic. You can count on each other.
Yes, sir.
He exits, leaving one person remaining. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Leaving one person remaining without orders. The young soldier. Okay. The young soldier locks eyes with her superior, an unspoken relief written on her face.
So, does that mean I'll remain on standby in Montpay?
Yes.
Oh, it's her.
I need someone coordinating the defense of this town should the Manus attack.
Oh.
Relief turns into dread.
Is this it?
I believe so. Let's get on with it.
The village around them still caters the signs of lush wilderness and gentle fields, a place of abundance and safety once.
Watch my six.
The true draw weapons from the two draw weapons and enter from the side. The investigators are not stopped in any way, and if they haven't been instructed to do so, they would have just treated this place as another forgotten remnant of better days.
This place is empty. It's heartbreaking to see it so quiet.
We're ahead of schedule. Let's start by checking the houses one by one.
Good. Find anything?
Only some letters I can't read. I guess they didn't have time to post them before they left.
There were some small arms in the basement. All of them older models and rusty. The ammo was damp.
She holds her gaze in an empty warehouse.
This place had to have been looted more than a few times. The only valuables left are the ones too heavy to move.
So basically there's nothing here. What do the Manus want it for?
She shakes her head in frustration.
I was rushed through the investigator training before being sent to Montpellier. It's possible I missed something.
The young man tries to control her, but his smile is stiff.
Don't worry, you're doing fine. Mr. Craeus always says training is no match for experience. Blackbird is a prime example. I mean, Meryl. You met her back in Montpellier. She's been through all the training the Foundation could throw at her, but she still isn't ready for the battlefield. I probably shouldn't say, but she nearly went mental during the Antarctic operation.
The battlefield is crueler than ordinary people can imagine. A few weeks of military training just isn't enough.
He follows the topic and branches a question he's long been holding back.
So, what's your deal? I know you came from some order with special arcane training. You can freeze your fear and pain, emotional stuff during battle until you feel safe. I only skimmed through the briefing. Is that right?
It's more complicated than that. But I'm not sure I'd like to get into it now.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
No need to apologize. Just... Do you think we missed anything?
Well, let's take a minute. What could they even possibly hide here? Arms? Chemical weapons? Secret files? Or gear smuggled back from the future?
Hmm? Oh, that's not good.
I don't know much about Manus and Dictate, or the future.
There's a sudden ear-shattering pop, followed by a thundering explosion.
Armored team, 200 meters northwest of the village. Take cover!
Great. It was autoed. Oh, I thought I was like, I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, okay. Cool. Alright.
Battles can be just as informative as codes. You just have to know how to read them.
Great. Again, I wish there was a keybind for the auto thing, but there's not. Check. Can find it.
I'll handle the tech support.
It's cool. Oh, are there bees here?
The perfect solution.
Could be. Ah.
That doesn't sound good.
Cheer up.
They don't do a lot of
The armor's
damage.
too thick. We need a higher caliber weapon.
You retreat. At least one of us needs to make it back to report this. On my signal. You run, I'll cover you.
Deafening gunshot.
Incoming!
Alright, I'll handle the tech support. Decode complete. Encryption complete.
Sick.
Cheer up, or you, Emperor.
Wait,
Oh,
that wasn't
okay.
enemy fire.
There's a breach in the armor. See? It's slowing down.
This may be our only chance, Masha.
I wonder who that is. I can only
All right,
assume.
I'm a perfect algorithm, an adequate sample.
It's good work.
Enumeration is a last resort.
Probably
But
gonna do a lot of
sometimes
damage.
it can
you know.
work a miracle.
Nice. Shit.
Another perfect combination of reason and passion.
Pretty sick. Obviously, we're gonna do the hard mode because we can. Alright.
There are many routes to travel, but only one destination.
Two. Okay.
Alright, time to crack some codes.
Though it may come with pain.
I'm so used to having four, anyways. Forgot only. I'm thinking buff Nautica. Yes.
I admire your courage.
And use that.
Peek inside.
Are here.
Face the truth.
8,000 plus additional damage.
For you, Emperor.
Yeah.
Cheer up. Together, we are fierce.
They're definitely doing way more damage than usual. Cranking up the difficulty.
I'll handle the tech support.
We share the
Get
same
rid of the
dream.
An
bleeding.
adequate sample.
To write a
I
future
hate the
for
bleeding.
everyone.
If I...
Cheer up for the good of all.
Yeah, if I,
All right, time I'll handle the tech support.
Oh wait, hold on. Hold on. Do that, and then that, and then no, but that's singular. Yeah. Okay, hold on.
It all began with a shiny little stone.
And then that.
Time to crack some codes.
Then hopefully the splash damage should kill them both. Please, and we can do it after. It should be nice. Shit.
Another perfect combination of reason and passion.
Let's go.
I'm afraid I only hear. Is this you eat with him?
I'm afraid I only have turnip stew, turnip stew to serve you. I will add a few sausage scraps to your bowl. However, here, now go. It's best you leave before another battle breaks out. Already? Is there something else you want from me? You know what? Since you're so fond of visiting, take the chair you're sitting on. Even though the coolest winters that chair was separated the fire, perhaps it was meant for you. Right. Since you insist on staying, I will go to the market and see what I can find. Sit here for a while longer. If you like, perhaps prepare for a lifelong stay, even. With any luck, this place will become your grave by the time the next force ends. Devil's work. Sound both gentle and harsh. The whispering wind and rustling grass. Yeah, rustling grass. Okay, Devil's Work, Part 10. Thick. She brushes herself in a pile of debris, all at once letting herself...
Someone helped us.
Come on, can I? Thank you. Euclid smoke burrows from the wreckage of the armored vehicle. She brushes herself. She braces herself on a pile of debris, all at once letting herself feel the sharp, tearing pain of her soldier. Yes.
Parabian, are you alright?
She looks across the road just ahead. The young man is.
Marsha, you're bleeding.
The young man is pinned under a heavy beam.
I can get myself out.
He strains with all his strength, but can't move the timber an inch.
We're all clear. Let me help you.
Don't fuss over me. It's just a bit of wood. You need to stay put. Your head and shoulder are bleeding.
What? Am I hurt? I'm feeling faint.
That's not good. She reaches for the top of her head.
Seems you're right. I'm bleeding profusely from several wounds. That's what I get for suppressing all my pain. Also, just a little shrapnel. Nothing too serious.
Treat your wounds first, Marsha.
It's getting dorky.
Understood.
She leans back on a pile of fallen bricks, her head swaying until it slumps.
I'll be alright. I just need a little rest.
Oh, yeah, bored.
Huh?
Her gaze lifts up to a pair of boots. I didn't mean to do that. I think I clicked. Then stable barrel of an anti-tank rifle. She looks up.
You, again.
She struggles. Her legs buckle, leaving her braced up against. Braced up against the debris.
You saved us. Thank you.
What brought you here?
Collecting intel on Manus Vindictae.
Have you no reckoning on the danger in this place?
She shakes her head.
Imbecile. You might well have prayed your last in that battle.
Let go!
Huh?
Who's out there?
She turns, spotting a figure emerging from the
Let me go! You're gonna get me killed!
From the armored vehicle, smoking shell. At his feet lies a wounded soldier in the same black uniform.
No! Sterling, please!
turned off my headphones. Anyways. Alright, The wounded man cries are cut short, swirling towards two bloodshot eyes towards the advancing sniper.
Fuck!
A bullet strikes the gargoyle clean through her but it draws no blood. Instead, chips of stony debris fall out from the wound.
What the hell? You goddamn monster!
The man's eyes go wider still as he turns to flee. She does not give chase. She walks to him and lifts the beam from his body.
Thanks. Who are you? Are you with the Foundation?
The young man finds his answer in her grim and stony face.
Stay here and tend to your comrade. I will tend to our enemies.
Are we the only ones left? Where's Colton? Dead! Now get the lead out and run! She's coming at us! She's coming! Shoot her, Wicked! Shoot her! I can't see her. Where are we running? Look! There's an old mill ahead. We'll regroup there to intercept her. Keep running, you idiot! I see her now. She's there. Die! You idiot! My hand!
Yeah, they didn't make it far. An old windmill lies just ahead, refuge in his panicked mind.
For the wicked flee, and I pursueth.
Another bullet strikes her shoulder and glances off another spare of stone.
Why won't you die, you devil?
A devil, you call me? What are you, then?
What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground.
You who discord between nations and plot schemes for the undoing of man. Who then is your master?
She steps closer.
For if you do the devil's work, are you not a devil like me? J'ai pitié de vous. Repent and you may yet find mercy in the judgments of the Lord.
And now art thou cursed from the earth.
What the hell do you want? Back off!
Sterling, isn't it? You need not fear me. You still have time.
Which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Repent and you may yet be saved. Speak.
What are you talking about? What do you want from me?
When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength.
The soldier trembles to the ground. As he scrambles, he launches into a desperate prayer.
Answer me. For what purpose Does Manus Vindicte drive the world to war and ruin?
Mother of Resurrection. The guiding one.
The prayer follows a pattern she knows by heart, yet the name he speaks is strange.
Please have mercy on your humble servant. I pray for a miracle, a ladder into your eternal kingdom. I hereby offer my life to you. Please save me from desperation and take me to the Golden Era.
A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth.
He saves the last bullet for himself.
A blasphemer to the end.
Miss Sentinel? Miss Sentinel!
Whoa. Well, obviously, we know it's confirmed that she is a gargoyle, and because she doesn't bleed, she bleeds stone. She's basically made out of stone. Anyways, yeah. It's cool. Very cool. I did not mean to do what the, okay. I wanted to grab these. Alright. Wounds and scars. No one can make sense of why this war drags on. Wounds and Scars, Part 11. Trenches, okay.
Merde, those accursed knights. Calm yourself, Marianne. Steady your breathing. You need not panic. This will not be the end of you.
Just do that.
Target locked down. By God's grace. A shot hit. The enemies of peace shall be stamped out. My sight shall unveil the hidden. I have seen to the heart of you. Now is the time for repentance. A shot hit.
She does so much damage.
Now is the time for repentance.
One shot.
A worthy victory.
Oh, I got a tape. Nice. She can't remember who she did it. Perhaps her enemies were as exhausted as she was. Or perhaps it was just the devil's luck. Struggling, fighting purely by instinct, she holds her heavily armored foe at bay. Time crawls to a standstill. Her bayonet is stopped mere centimeters from her foe's throat by two armored fists.
Dost thou recall when once, in our youth, we fought over an apple tree?
Lâche-moi! Mein Teufel!
Thou wished to cut its wood, and make us a fire to roast a chicken. But I rebuked thee, for I believed the tree would bear fruit, and it would be the sweeter bounty of the two. Thou didst find a bush with overripened berries and hurled them at me, crying that they should serve as my supper, while the chicken would be for thee alone. And I retaliated in kind. Ere long, we were painted red with juice. What a bloody melee we fight, we laughed as we laid down our arms. What fun we had that day.
Non, je ne veux pas.
But the battle thou fightest now shall not end in the gentle smears of red berries. What drives humanity to war? Could it be so different from what drove us to it beneath that apple tree? I dare not imagine how a slaughter that has claimed the lives of millions could be waged for so small a cause. That we should be brought to bloodshed driven only by the fear of those whom we were taught to despise. What immortal hand or eye could frame the cause behind these deadly ends? Thou art more courageous than I, Marie. Never hast thou doubted thy conviction. So tell me, I pray, is there some purpose in the war they now fight? For I see no divine meaning to be found in this killing and dying.
Small chamber raises rounds pose no real threat to her rocky exterior, but that does little to reduce the pain. The healing comes slowly.
Agnes?
No one responds. That was expected, but what she had not expected was the next voice.
Who's Agnes?
She matters not. But what brings you here?
I'm taking you somewhere safe. Paravian, that young man who came with me, is back at the village. He'll continue with our search. Before you ask, I'm doing fine. Like you, I'm made of sterner stuff.
She rotates her arm, looking as if her wounds had all but disappeared.
I checked over your wounds, but I have no earthly idea what to do with this gravel. I know how to treat flesh, not stone. But that wound won't be a problem for you, will it?
No.
Her physical pain is bearable, but the lingering echoes of her nightmares cause her to grit her teeth.
Were you dreaming? Seemed like a nightmare.
She locks her stare forward and away. There's field dressing from. There's field dressing from the wounds that truly pain her.
I don't know if this will help.
She removes her gloves, but a brisk and almost tender motion. Revealing deep slashing cuts across her palm.
Could it be? Are you...
I am. But that battle is long over. You and I are no longer enemies.
Whoa. The whole...
It was a senseless fight. I hurt you.
The halls of her deadly melee still ring in her ears.
It wasn't your fault. In fact, I thank you for it. They thought I died fighting you. I used that as my opportunity to leave. For some time after that, I was with an international rescue team. We came under attack by the man.
Wait, so is her name Martha or whatever? That's something like along those lines.
Wait, then you remember me?
She nods, a gentle, graceful motion carrying the resistance of a doctor at her patient's bedside.
And you didn't. I was wearing a helmet. But you don't have a face one forgets.
Marianne.
Oh, that's your name.
Oh, never mind.
Marie-Anne.
Oh no, it was Mary. I forgot. She repeats it, stressing the symbols as if to remember it.
Tell me then, what do you know about Manus Vindictae?
They are a secret organization open to only pure-blooded arcanists. Simply put, their goal is to cause as much chaos as possible and eventually destroy all of human society.
And this Mother of Resurrection is like a god to them.
Something like that, yes. She died once, but they managed to resurrect her through some awful
aka
ritual.
known as Arcana, yep.
A resurrected madwoman?
This colors into hatred, fingers clutched like she's trying to crush something in midair.
Then she is a false prophet, an imposture of the true resurrection.
She seizes the opportunity to move to her side.
The war between the Foundation and Manus Vindictae has lasted ages, longer even than this war. You and the Foundation share the same goals, and the intelligence you gathered may prove crucial for us. If you would be willing to share it, we may be able to reach a truce sooner. So please, mull it over.
She bows her head, giving her rifle a rough once-over. She wraps away some of the blood and dirt that cakes to recover, then one by one slots new rounds into its magazine.
My search into Manus Vindictae began at the turn of 1918. Their documents, personal belongings, letters. I sought and scrounged for every clue that might be found. From these, I learned of their mission to prolong this bloodshed, supplying both sides with arms of dreadful artifice. Then, as now, I still do not understand why. I brought my evidence before the powers of my nation, but they cared not. So I spoke out against them, still hoping they might awaken to this madness. But my words went unheeded. Worse, they turned against me, hiding even the very name of Manus Vindictae from all their publications and letters. There is no longer any truth in the words they print, only lies meant to stir the pride of youth to deadly, pointless slaughter. Youths who were but children when the war began. That is why I have turned to this. To killing the ones who incited this war. It was the only choice I had left. Perhaps it has all been for naught. But at least I have put deeds to words. What has the Foundation done?
The accusation focuses her into a steering defense.
We have done more than you know, but I'm not authorized to tell you.
You expect me to offer all I know to you, yet still withhold your trust.
I'm sorry. No, I suppose that isn't fair of us. If there's anything we can offer in exchange to make a deal, I'll...
But her efforts lose steam.
I'll try my best to honor it, but I can't guarantee anything.
A cold breeze cuts the stillness between them. She lets out a slow and labored breath.
I will give nothing to the Foundation. Neither freely nor for any bargain. But you, Marchand, you have my trust.
She lights up at her patient's
Follow me.
Oh, of course.
Okay. So apparently they fought once upon a time. That's what we saw in the opening. Interesting. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, so I'll be right back in just a moment. Okay, we back. Esports. So I'll do this first. Is it the same? It is. It's only one. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. If it wasn't, then that would defeat the purpose.
Taking a peek inside, face the truth.
I have a problem though.
Don't be fooled. Sensing their thoughts.
I believe that she can live. Hopefully.
all began with a shiny little stone.
Oh. No, I don't think so. I mean, she does have... Oh, but it is slowly tickling down. Oh,
Taking a
no.
peek inside.
Hold on. Does she live this?
It all began with a face the truth.
Damn, she is tanky, bro.
It all began with a shiny little stone.
Okay, yeah, she does have regen.
It all began with a though it may come with pain.
There we go. Wow.
Another perfect combination of reason and passion.
Honestly, I did not expect it to be as tanky, but it was tanky. Arcane Support Company Special... yeah. Number 1, respect all comrades equally, regardless of classification. 2, execute orders exactly, no changes based on division. 3, do not neglect controversial science. Bullets often outkill arcane powers. 4, you are fully accountable for entitles you summon. 5, in mental surveillances, interference, or manipulation of personnel without authorization. 6, no arcane modification or of issued equipment without authorization. 7, conduct split contact only with other member present, limit to 3 minutes. 8, know the alternative forms of your comrades. 9, report and secure up before using large rituals or high-level incantations. 10, expert enemy arcanists and other supernatural threats during operation, or expect 10, expect enemy arcanists and other supernatural threats during operations. Yes. The fractured sanctuary. Legends say these stone statues come to life at night. The fractured sanctuary. Part 12.
An armored vehicle?
The driver was a menace. They're not just supplying the war anymore.
There's a pause before Hank's leader speaks through the receiver.
What do you think that means, Chris?
Both sides are gathered in the same room and listening to the reports from the front lines. Crius lets out a soft, reciseful chuckle, though he does not let it betray the seriousness of his words.
That the Manus have decided to build themselves an army.
That seems likely. In that case, we must prepare immediately for a response. Xeno's main force is still at the Eastern Front. They won't be able to reinforce us if anything happens here. The Foundation will need an army of its own. That's completely irresponsible.
A calm voice cuts through the...
It will only increase the tension on this front, and it directly violates our peace policy. Manus Vindicte takes in only pure-blooded arcanists. That doesn't make for a large recruitment pool. It won't be much of an army, really.
I doubt it,
They
but
lack the
sure.
organization or discipline that is needed for a true large-scale military operation. Armies need human leadership. You forgot to take Arcana into consideration, Petra. You don't know what she can do to her followers with her new power. Whatever the case, we cannot take anything for granted. The Foundation will need the strength to defend itself from future attacks by the Manus. If we act quickly, we may even get ahead of things. I'd like to see what the committee will think of this plan. I hope they'll have a better grasp of the consequences. You're not seeing the board, Petra.
The communicator struggles to transmit the two leaders' hatred exchange. He, on the other end, stays quiet, professional, and obedient. Before long, the Medit takes over the line.
We can't rule out the possibility of a large-scale conflict. However, the committee will maintain its peace policy until we have reliable evidence.
And if the worst happens?
Then we'll do what we must to survive, even if that means igniting a worldwide war.
We have arrived.
I see.
The glow of arcane skills fades as they approach, revealing their hidden sanctuary. It is or was in Armory? What? Its ornate stone walls rising up to meet the air. Its dome long collapsed.
This monastery, it's not an arcane creation, is it?
No. It has only been enchanted with our arcane skill, Carthusian. Beneath its protection, those that dwell here will go unnoticed by any who pass near.
A gargoyle dressed in Fair's robes walks barefoot on the grass. He looks up from his book to meet the new arrivals.
Greetings, I'm Marcia, investigator of the St. Pablo Foundation.
The Fair nods, offering a smile, soft and friendly, then extends a finger and presses it to his lips.
Oh, I see. Have you made a vow of silence?
Oh, it's not auto. The sound of breaking rock draws her eyes away.
Huh?
Beneath a broken, narrow window, a stone statue of a woman begins to stir, its surface softening into flesh. Her face is marked by twisted sorrow as she walks towards Sentinel with an exchange guilt? I don't know.
Marie, mon petit chou, the rest return to us again. But oh, child, thou needs rest.
She just pulls Marie into a tight embrace and plants a series of deep kisses on her cheeks. So I'm guessing that's her mother. You know, if you can tell. Sentinel endures the infection with as much guilt or grit as much grit as she does the bullets.
This is a friend.
The woman turns to her, her eyes now pulling with greater sadness.
Oh, poor child.
The hug comes too quick to dodge and too sturdy to resist, pulling her into a breathtaking embrace. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. The smoothing hospitality at last beds and she takes a deep breath of fresh air, taking in the pleasant scent of grass and wildflowers. They are made out of stone.
She has never been tireless in her toils. Tis a shame that she never permits us to aid her. Am I truly too aged to be of service? Oh, but perhaps my age has eclipsed my wisdom, for I have thus far been an unwelcoming host. Allow me to brew you some tea.
She leaves with singular purpose and surprising speed.
My aunt is a gentle soul. She came by here 1 year ago, not fearing the danger, saying she must take care of everyone left in the family. That old lump of stone that greeted us came here to take refuge with his brother after they were injured last year.
She hangs her head with
Only a small number of my kind dwell here. Many of us remain divided by the war. Enjoy my aunt's hospitality. I shall go now to collect what you seek.
I'll be here then. Hold on.
She lets herself relax only a moment before noticing the stone-faced gargoyles that look down at her from a dozen places, or a thought crawls under her skin.
Bonjour?
Hello? She spins around in place, meeting an unblinking eye. Blinking eyes from each statue, stopping on the figure of a young girl. The girl's hands cover her face in a mournful pose, the silent tragedy of an endless moment of loss.
This is...
Why hath my cousin brought you here?
A voice calls out behind her, rigid and almost rude. A tall, grim monk stands in the courtyard.
You are not
monk?
one of us. You are a bringer of war, and our house of peace.
Right.
What does your foundation seek from our quiet halls?
You misunderstand. The Foundation isn't going war. We're trying to end it.
What is it? There's acceleration in the gravity tone of his voice.
This war is neither yours nor ours to end.
What are you saying?
The monk falls silent, as if debating whether his next words are worth the effort. His face becoming an expression of self-righteousness.
It has come as a divine punishment for the faithless who have turned from God. Its end will come only with the extinction of civilization.
Sounds like you want everyone, humans and Arcanists alike, to suffer and die.
You twist my words, Chevalier. I do not seek this end, this path of suffering out of hatred for humanity. No, I do so because I pray fervently for their deliverance. But deliverance waits for the last edifices of this sinful world to crumble. When the faithless nations, as a fire consuming its last embers, burn themselves to ash. Soon, the artifices of modernity, their factories of war and death, will crumble, as Babel before them had, their lives of advancement and revolution dying with them. We must return to the innocence of the past, as Nineveh did, heeding the word of God.
Assez, cousin.
The rebuke breaks his rhythm. Sentinel steps between her and him, forcing her cousin to take a step away.
Tes prophéties ont empêché notre invité de prendre son thé.
Your prophets have kept our guests from her tea. Sentinel turns and hands her a heavy canvas military bag.
Are you able to lift it?
No problem. I can handle it.
He watches the exchange with abject curiosity.
Marianne, n'est-elle pas issue de la Fondation que tu dis dépourvue de volonté pour mettre fin à cette guerre? Quel effort vain poursuis-tu donc à présent?
Maria, is she not of the very foundation, though? I'm gonna try my best. Say what? The will to the will to end this war. What fruitless endeavors thou now this is like reading Shakespeare. Freaking now pressure or pursue.
C'est une amie, Ladislas. Je lui accorde la liberté de venir et partir ici comme elle veut.
She's my friend. I shall grant her the freedom to come and go from here as she will, as she wills.
Mais elle n'est pas.
But she is not a.
C'est mon droit de le faire, n'est-ce pas?
It is my right to do this, is it not?
Oui.
Yes. He lowers his head without protest. Sentinel turns from her kin back to her, who has by now taken several steps away.
You will find here all that I've collected since 1918. Most useful to you may be a list of those in each military who have made contact with the Manus. Take them from here to your foundation, and make of them what you will. I hope they will serve you better than they did me.
I will. Thank you.
She seems more than eager to retreat. She stands in front of a stone pillar, tea in her hand, and nods a self-repeat. Yeah. The courtyard falls still. She breaks his silence with a withering glare.
Cousin, why hast thou concerned thyself with the affairs of this sinful world? We are involved now at our peril.
Even if this war was, as you believe, a divine punishment, the people have suffered enough.
Ont-tu donc souffert? Je ne vois que des cendres et nul sac de pénitence. I've learned nothing from our chère Agnes.
He maintains to the weeping girl tucked in the sanctuary.
Leave her out of this.
It was she who prophesied this war.
Oh. He drags up the memory with sharp intention.
And whose body turned to stone as it came to pass. Was she not the closest of us all to the ear of our Lord? Then I can see only one reason for her sacrifice. It is a warning to us.
Tell me, if that is so, why God would choose such a warning?
Revelation and prophecy oft appear inscrutable to those that disbelieve them, until the truth is made manifest.
His voice trembles. A predicted treason of humanity and of humanity and pride.
Mais je crois, et je vois clairement ce que tu ne vois pas, que notre Seigneur nous enjoint de ne ni combattre, ni mettre fin à cette guerre.
But I do believe, and I see clearly what thou hast not, that our Lord bids us to neither fight nor end this war.
Car cela est venu tel un nouveau grand déluge, destiné à balayer ce monde pécheur. Agnès reviendra à nous lorsque notre innocence passée sera retrouvée et reconstruite à partir de leur ruine.
Because it is hath come as the next great deluge to sweep the sinful world away. Agnes will return to us again as our past innocence is found and rebuilt from their ruins.
Mais la foi doit être préservée, si elle doit être reconstruite. Et c'est la base encombrante aux fidèles, à nous, les gargouilles.
But the faith must be preceded if it is to be rebuilt, and those labors will be the task of the faithful, of we the gargoyles.
Je t'en prie, écoute mes paroles, cousine. Dépose ton épée de vengeance. Ne réponds pas aux démons qui murmurent dans ton sang.
I pray thee. I pray thee, heed my words, cousin. Lay down the sword of vengeance. Do not enter to the whispering demon in the blood, nor slain the soul already so buried with sin. He lets his word cling to his lips with wait. His cousin, however, has never been easy to preach to. She stifles sorrow and purpose, willing in her eyes.
Armes à feu, canons, tanks, bombes.
Guns, cannons, tanks, bombs.
Tu te souviens comment ces machines ont détruit nos vies, n'est-ce pas? Alors, tu sais déjà.
You do remember how these devices have destroyed our lives, do you not? Then surely you already know.
Que l'innocence du passé ne repose pas simplement enfuie, prête à être reconstruite. Elle est morte et disparue.
That the innocence of the past does not simply lie buried from us to rebuild. It is dead and gone.
Si porter un fardeau de péché permet de mettre fin à cette guerre, ce prix me semble dérisoire.
If a stain on my soul is what it takes to end this war, then I shall not hesitate to stain it so. He is stunned. He fights back tears and turns to face the altar. The light from the stained glass windows raise him like a...
As-tu oublié le péril de nos ancêtres? Ou les nombreux noms que nous avons effacés de notre lignée lorsqu'ils se sont égarés du chemin de la droiture? Le son démoniaque a déjà submergé notre famille. Et je crois qu'il nous submerge bientôt toi aussi.
Eric, hast thou forgotten our ancestral pencil, or the manifold names we have stunken from our line? When they turn from the righteous path, the demon blood hath overtaken our kin before, as I fear it soon will overtake thee.
Et moi, je ne souhaite pas devoir effacer ton nom, Marianne, de notre lignée.
I do not wish to bow out the name as well, Marine. Interesting. So this is like their safe haven, kind of. But there was, because she wants to end the war, but they were not supposed to be even conflicted in the war because they're gargoyles. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Gargoyle Research Notebook. It was during the, I don't know, that the Bishop of Frimm successfully subsided the first known gargoyle. This gargoyle and his descendants then formed a unique lineage devoted to practicing churches across generations. However, in recent times, many younger gargoyles have chosen to abandon this ancient tradition, leaving their dark church preaches from the light and glimmer of the modern world. Based on my recent observations, this generational conflict continues to cause significant distress among elder gargoyles. It's worth noting that the younger generations, despite also to modern churches being unable to provide reflecting bolder societal changes to impact whether further historical analysis. Jesus. Oh my god, honestly, it's kind of hurt my eye. Anyways, gargoyles have some unique arcane skills. First, their arcane ability allows them to purify their own body parts, a formidable defense mechanism during the age of close quarters combat. With bayonets, with bayonets and spears, though considerably less effective against modern artillery, bombardments. Additionally, gargoyles poses additional vital compatibilities. There you go. With particularly remarkable night vision. This trait complements their natural stealth abilities, enabling them to both detect hidden threats with ease and execute perfectly timed ambushes. I must admit, it's surprising such impressive combat abilities were historically limited to the protection of churches, though my lack of religious knowledge may explain this confusion. Your theological is indeed religiousness study await you. Well, I object to you reading my research notes without permission. I'll conclude that compared to your pity, I'm clearly just a pure biologist. Who said I'm not a pure biologist? Gargoyles carry a curse, while the originals of this the origins of their curse remain surrounded in secrecy. People are open about its manifestations. Exclusive bloodshed appears to corrupt them. This condition takes the form of mental instability, processing from rejecting to completely abandoning their faith. My pure biologist friend, your gargoyle research now in the very religious study that you say you have no interest in. This notebook clearly requires a sturdier lock. Jesus, man. I can't read for nothing, bro. My throat is hurting more. Need more water. Every time. Anyways. Conversations for peace. Could any treasure on Earth possibly fill the void our losses have left? Conversations for Peace, Part 13. Deported and idle sergeant of squad carries out her as yet fruitless orders. She stops by a window, sprinting inside. Broken furniture and cobwebs woven between cracks and forgotten china. A uniquely shaped corner arcanum mirroring device disrupts the decaying scene.
Clearly, no one's bothered to do any cleanup then.
She opens the window and leans in, her mask blocking out the sudden poof of dust. Following her orders and officer's instructions, she pulls out a transparent scrap of cloth and places it by the device. The cloth changes colors rapidly, and a line of neat letters appears on its surface.
Counter-Arcanum device operating normally. Looks like I'm not needed here either.
She climbs back out of the window.
Aren't you...
Meryl?
Masha!
The young soldier sprints up to greet her, visibly relieved.
It really is you! You're
Paravian alright?
Oh, poor guy's had a hard time of it, but at least he's still in one piece. He's lying in a sickbed as we speak. He should recover soon. It's too bad he didn't find anything too useful in the village. Well, aside from that armored vehicle.
Fortunately, Sentinel happened to be there at the same time.
So, it really was her? The one who assassinated Colonel Hirschfelder?
Yes, she'd collected a wealth of evidence concerning Manus Vindictae. I've already delivered it to Commander Creus. As for the assassination, it turns out her actions weren't entirely unjustifiable. Let's just consider it a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? She literally killed the guy.
True.
She's not the only one.
Well, she uncuriously rubs the old scars on her palms, feeling them inch like never before. Oh, I get it. Wait, maybe? I don't know. I want to make an assumption, but I don't know if it's correct. But I'll wait. She presses her lips together, creating a twisted crease in her mask.
Well, Anyway, I was just worried that something bad might have happened to you. Like what happened to...
To whom?
Charles and Amanda. We haven't heard from them in over 4 hours now.
They were dispatched to investigate Hill 299, correct? Has any help been sent their way?
Commander Creus sent some men to look for them. Hopefully, we'll hear some good news soon. Most of the other teams have finished their investigations. A few of them are already in the safe zone, actually. Apparently, they found a lot of useful info. So, we won't have to head back out again, right?
She watches her carefully, as if waiting for her to confirm something.
The front's getting shelled to hell and back. I mean, chances are we'll...
He pats her on the shoulder. Shoulder. Yes.
The evidence Sentinel provided is quite damning. Our job here will be over just as soon as we can get a hold of the team at Hill 299. Don't worry.
Copies of the evidence she submitted have been spread across the table. Personal letters, marked military maps, battle plans, engineering blueprints, defective and altered documents. Among with them on the table are exhibits recovered by other investigators from across the front line, assigned in rough chronological order starting from 1918.
This is unbelievable.
He stares at the pale, he stares at the pile, the sheer floor of information overwhelming him, or the sheer.
These documents, the evidence is undeniable. Every one of those absurd conspiracy theories was true. The 1918 peace negotiations really were sabotaged by Manus Vindictae. The nations on both sides of this war have been under the deception of an invisible enemy. It is no wonder that even the victors of the 1919 offensive gained no real advantage. Mein Gott, to think Manus Vindicti has been sharing war secrets with both sides to ensure neither can win this war. That they have used our commanders as tools for their massacre, it is nigh on unimaginable. This does not simply concern one nation. These documents could topple nearly all of Europe's military leaders.
He looks up with certain realization.
With this list of managed defectors in our hands, and if we act with haste, we may finally put every one of them behind bars.
Waiting for George's mood to subside, he adds a word of advice.
Let me remind you that Laplace may be able to heal these so-called defectors. Eberhard's case proved that the Manus' mental influence can be purged.
Right.
Yes, yes, of course. Whatever the case, we must act as soon as possible. The Chancellor and the Reichstag are prepared to strike.
Finding light in a once glim future, he starts to shake, sending ripples through the papers in his hands.
Agreed. The evidence is sufficient. There is no need to delay.
Wunderbar. Just think of the soldiers finally making their way home. This is the day we secure a century of peace for Europe.
Sounds like a line for the history books.
He has no mind to react to him parting jab, pushing all the documents into his briefcase. He rushes out. Straightening the remaining mess on his desk, he retrieves a hidden communicator. It's been connected the entire time.
Everything's going according to plan.
Good. The other teams have shared the same intelligence with the pacifist political leaders in their respective regions. All the Foundation has to do now is watch for any interference from Manus Vindicti.
But won't this approach cause even more?
There they are. Yeah. Hey.
Timekeeper.
He had been expecting the Foundation leaders making this in unbelief. That's weird.
Oh, yes, Krios. I was just listening in.
In any case, the outcome can't be worse than the war we're living through, Timekeeper. As I'm sure you learned in your history studies, this war claimed tens of millions of soldiers' lives. Not to mention the equally massive number of civilian casualties, whether direct or otherwise. We are now 2 years on from what should have been the end of this war. The death toll has already gone much higher, and it will only continue to rise if we don't put an end to it soon. At least our efforts have won us a marginally better outcome.
I see.
What?
In short, the war is already over. Once the pacifist political parties take power, an armistice will surely be signed in Montpellier.
This may not be the time, but I have a question to ask. Does the Foundation Committee have any contingency plans should things take a turn for the worse?
The silence in the room confirms the suspicions of the voice on the other end.
Did you notice something suspicious?
Former Vigil officer fishes out as many suspicious details from his memories as he can.
It's about Hirschfelder's assassination.
Oh, it's not.
Do you remember a certain detail from Marshall's report?
You think his death to be the spark of a reignited war, but even if I'd stayed my hand from him, your plans would have been for naught.
If that was so, why would the Manus risk exposing Hirschfelder? Why would they allow him to meet with the Foundation in Montpellier? If Hirschfelder hadn't been killed, would the negotiations have become a fruitless tug-of-war?
Manus Vindicte would only cooperate with the Foundation on something that was sure to fail.
In Tunia of Guess is established drawing on the experience of prior contact with Manus Vindicte.
Could it be that they're purposely diverting our attention?
My thoughts exactly, Timekeeper. That said, securing peace is our top priority at the moment.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. There's no document, so 2 pairs of sugar, or 2 pounds. Yeah, 2 pounds of sugar. 2 pounds of sugar. So long, hungry rats. 2 pounds of sugar. Part 14.
6 years of war have deeply shaken the resolve and faith of our nation. It is clear to all that this war cannot continue any longer. Afraid of the loss of power that peace may bring to them, leaders across Europe elected to collaborate with the evil cult Manus Vindicte, sacrificing countless young lives in meaningless carnage. But carnage is precisely what Manus Vindicte desires. Unseen by all, their wicked influence has long wormed its way into the leadership of every warring nation. But worry not, the conspiracy has been thwarted. Every treasonous general has been arrested and will soon face a fair court-martial. The heroes who bled for the fatherland are finally returning home, but we will welcome them with smiles on our faces and gratitude in our hearts. On the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of the year 1920, this war will come to an end.
Weeks have passed since the assassination, and the streets of Montpex have spring to life again. From the Belgian nations gather in opposite sides of the road. Soft bowler hats and ties decorate the event, mixed with optional peak caps and military through new previous few. More demanded tighter security. Each nation came with their own detail, but the operations commander insists on further reinforcements from the Foundation.
3rd routine patrol complete. No anomalies detected, sir.
No further warnings from the Arcanum detection group. Should we lower the alert level?
Maintain the current level. I need at least 2 squads on standby at the command post at all times.
Yes, sir.
Clad in white, Foundation security carry out their orders. On the busy town road, the commander sturdily stops, eyes shut. He focuses, trying to shift through the dim of stuffy conversation. He activates his communicator. The line springs to life instantly.
Any response from Charles and Amanda?
Negative. They've been silent since they reached Hill 299. It's like we're calling into the abyss. Chances are they got snuffed out by the Manus. Luck can't be on everyone's side.
Even so, we need to recover the bodies.
What? So they can be buried with shiny medals?
The voice on the other end bites back with a sneer.
A couple minutes walk on the battlefield and I'll find you a whole pile of that scrap metal.
Any other signs of enemy activity?
Nope. Not a single trace of the Manus scum. Maybe all this military and political turmoil messed up their plans after all.
Let's hope so. Whatever the case, we need to get to the bottom of what happened at Hill 299. We can't afford to let any potential threats slip past us.
Already on my way there. How about seeing a psychologist when this is all over, Creighton? Maybe they'll finally cure your Manus Vindictae paranoia.
Keep your eyes and ears open.
He ends the call. In an unannounced corner of the street, a glim figure walks alone. He worked in Mumpex is over. And even now, on the eve of a ceasefire, there are many corpses on the front line waiting for him. His disjointed thoughts dwell on the horse that once accompanied him.
Will Andreas ever return?
The loss in his ever been his first companion. Resigned, he shuffles down the road away from Mumpex.
Hey, sir! Mr. Charon!
She runs up to him, arriving out of breath.
You leaving already? Marsha told me you're heading back to the front.
She speaks the truth. And you are?
Oh, right. You don't know me. But Marsha told me loads about you. You know Marsha, don't you?
He struggles to remember, piecing together her appearance from his shattered memories. Or scattered memories.
The night. I remember.
Great. I'm heading to the front as well. Do you want to... or, I mean, could you please join our convoy?
You wish for me to join you?
You know the front better than anyone.
She digs into her pocket, fishing out half a bar of chocolate that has been carefully resealed and wrapped, and slips into his hands.
Please, Mr. Charon, come with us. We could really use your help.
The front is still as death.
This quiet feels Strange.
Halt's Maul, Rudolf. Why, damn it?
Soldiers in the trenches gaze up at the empty sky. The ceasefire has not yet been signed, but all military activity in the front line has been suspended, yet the soldiers still mend their trenches, hoping desperately to go home.
Why did Billy and Franz have to...
He rubs his face, his crawling figure twisting his features with stress. 6 hours have now passed since the last time a shell explosion or a machine gun rattled. Yet the quiet has a strangeness of its own. The faint, cold wind shivers the lines of barbed wire with audible thrastle construction.
So, who won in the end?
Does it matter?
His head sways between a nod and a shake.
Then, should we start packing up?
Sure. You can finally take all those notebooks of yours back home. Weren't you planning to turn them into a book?
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe once I stop being a soldier, my motivation to write will stop too. What about you, Erich? What will you do?
Make bread, I think. My family runs a bakery. I can already see it. My old man cracking open his finest bottle of Spätburgunder when I arrive.
An idea crosses his mind.
Speaking of which, I bet we can go and ask the boys on the other side for some food and drinks. They've got wine and soft white bread. At least, that's what POV said.
I wouldn't mind some canned peaches.
Fine. I'll get you your peaches. I guess I really am your Hauptmann, huh?
He scourges around for a bit of scrap cloth, then ties it to his rifle, turning it to be a peace flag.
Erich, do not hurry to leave the trenches. Have patience.
He slicks back into the trenches without a word. He drops his rifle for now and steps towards him.
Oh, Caron, you're back. Any news?
The delegations from various nations have arrived in Montpellier. The armistice will be signed in 48 hours. It is best to avoid any unnecessary danger until then.
But I'm starving, Caron. You didn't bring any food, did you?
I did.
The new voice catches him off guard.
Who are you?
The Foundation has issued food and drinks to be brought to the soldiers on the front. She is responsible for distributing them.
Yeah, more or less what he said. Right. I need a hand unloading these crates of beer. Any volunteers?
There's beer!
Well, they deserve it. The troops all raise at once, climbing over themselves to get out from the digouts below. An instant, the trench is packed wall to wall.
Hey, easy there! There's plenty to go around.
Boys! Boys! You're humiliating yourselves! Get in line and I'll choose a few of you to help out.
He calls out a few names, then turns to him.
Where's Mayor Brown?
He is needed in Mompe.
Ah, that's a shame. Ja, he's got a backpfeife im Gesicht. But, ugh, who cares? The war's over. Forget it. You, and you. Come here and unload the crates for the nice Foundation girl.
Something tells me something's gonna go wrong. I don't know, I just have like a slight feeling. See, they always do, like, it's peaceful, and then it's like, then, you know, hell breaks loose. Dude, I swear, something's gonna go down. Anyways, the food is passed from hand to hand until it reaches every soldier. Rot and despair is still hanging over the trenches, but they do not do nothing to dampen their appetites. He cups a butter cake in his hands, desperately afraid of crumbling it. He hasn't seen such soft and bright food in a long time. Then all at once, he stuffs it into his mouth. He hurries to his side, shoving a mug of golden liquor, or what? I think it is, yes. No, because liquor's with an E. I don't know. Ligor into his hands.
Come on, Prost!
I think it is. Anyways.
Count me in. Prost!
Prost!
The metal cups tap rhythmically, shaping into a joyful and bright tune. From far across the field, their crackling percussion is met with curious singing voices.
What's that? Do you boys hear us singing?
Yes.
I hear it too, from the other side. Why are they singing?
Oh, right. These are humanitarian rations. They've been given to the other side too.
Whoa.
They're probably celebrating.
Wait, isn't this the... Wait, I'm trying to remember... I remember, hold on. Wait, which... Wait, I need a... Wait, is it what I'm thinking? I know the name of the event. I know it's a side story. What? Wait, I need to hold on. I need to do a little research. Give me 1 second. Which one is it? Which one? It's not. Oh yeah, it's Last Evenings on Earth. Yeah. They have this just. Oh, I love this song. Bro, I tell you this, I love the soundtracks in this game, and this is one of them. Yes. He jumps over the top, wearing his whitish flag towards the other side.
Come on, boys. Let's make some noise ourselves. Toast to you bastards over there. You understand what I'm saying? Prost!
Santé!
Yeah. I love this song, bro. I love this freaking tune, bro. Understand. Freaking fire. Dude, especially the Floor to the Golden City. If you know that theme music, bro, dude, top 10 theme music of the week. Dude, if you have not listened to this game, just like at least like if you don't play it, you have to listen to its music track, bro. It's so freaking good. Like the ones that I like is Floor to the Golden City, the evenings on what is it called? Hold on. I'm trying to remember the names. Give me a sec. Let me see. I don't know the names of the theme songs, but like I know what events they're from. Floor to the Golden City, Farewell, and then obviously I like the Route 77, the Haunted Highway. Then Last Evenings on Earth, which is pretty good, and then Showdown in Chinatown is also freaking awesome. And then their newest one is also good. The Midnight Whistle is also great. I love this game's theme music, bro. Dude, I'm never gonna be like, you know, I love the music in this game. It's the reason why I play this game, so it has great music too. Anyways, the ceasefire celebration stretches light into the night. He watches the festivities crouched in a dim corner of the trench. I'll have to go to the restroom again. I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm back. Ow.
Hey, what are you doing holed up here alone?
Despite his best efforts, he's noticed. He lifts his head.
The presence of the dead is not fitting among such joy.
What are you talking about? You fit in perfectly.
She weighs a can of sausages and a paper-wrapped candy.
I mean, I know you don't exactly eat much, but you can still enjoy the taste of the stuff, right? I even know a guy with a fish tank for a head who eats every once in a while. That said,
Yeah.
I've never
Our boy,
actually seen him do
yeah.
it. Does he just pour the coffee straight into his fish tank, or what?
The offer is heard, but refused. Such things have better use to you.
I mean, I would imagine that the liquid that he has in his fish tank thingy-majig, like, eats it. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine that's what, like, it eats. How it eats? I don't know how it eats, but, like, I don't know if it has a mechanism if, you know, yeah.
Seriously? Aren't you ever hungry?
There is always hunger within me. But food should be saved for the living. Eat well while you can. Stay alive.
Well, you're not wrong, but I wouldn't exactly put it like that. Come on, take it. Hound's always poking fun at me for eating too much anyway.
Hound?
Oh, never mind. Just take it, alright? It's not like it's easy to get a decent meal out here on the front.
No longer insisting on holding his opinion, she slips the candy into his coat pocket while touching the cold plastic wrapping of the chocolates.
Oh, at least try the chocolate in your pocket. It'll melt if you leave it in there much longer anyway.
He doesn't resist. He nods and slowly raises to his feet.
It is time. I left.
Alright. I still have some finishing up to do here. Won't be long. Just have to make sure everyone's got their supplies. Where are you heading anyway? If you wait a moment, I can come with you.
No, this must be done alone. There is a message. One that must be sent off.
Okay. Interesting. Don't have a document there either. Okay. Send off. They remembered an ancient verse with whose meaning is lost to history. Send off, part 15.
Here you are, Eberhard.
How? It's good to see you, mein Freund. How's everyone holding up on the front?
They are celebrating this war's end, singing songs and drinking beer. It's peaceful.
It looks like he has hair.
Peaceful.
Under the white cloth. He repeats the words with satisfaction. His spirit has changed significantly from the last time they met.
It's unexpected that the Foundation would allow you to move so freely.
No, my duty is done. I have no place in Montpé. No place among suits and politics.
He exhales, stretching in the crisp morning air.
That red-haired official agreed to let me go for a walk every once in a while. He said, someone will keep an eye on you. Whatever. It's getting cold. But I enjoy a crisp winter morning like this. It reminds me of our days as students. Remember? We had to get up before dawn. I was lazier than you. I wouldn't wake up until you rode your bicycle to my window and shouted my name.
Then the two of us would miss Latin class, just as Walter did.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Latin class was hell. Walter. He was a good lad.
Paul removes a compiled envelope from inside his jacket.
This parcel is to be delivered to you. There's a letter within it from Herr Moonberger, addressed to those of us in Class 3.
Herr Moonberger? I was planning to visit him during my home leave, but... well, you know what happened back home. But he doesn't have a clue about what happened out here. What use is this letter? You and I are the only two class members left since the fall of Montpellier. All right, let's hear it, Paul.
Steadying his breath, Paul tears it open. He unfolds the letter.
Meine lieben Schüler und ehrenwerte Soldaten. Der Krieg hat einen kritischen Punkt erreicht. Und als euer Lehrer ist es meine Pflicht, euren Mut zu stärken.
My dear students and honorable soldiers, the war has reached a critical point, and as your teacher, it is my duty to boost your morale.
Ich weiß, dass die Sicht auf den Krieg von der Front aus begrenzter sein könnte, als für uns im Vaterland. Lasst mich also klarstellen, der Sieg ist in unserer Reichweite.
I am aware that the vision of the war from the front lines may be more limited than for those of us in the fatherland. So, allow me to make things clear. Victory is within our grasp.
Obwohl das Leben an der Front hart ist, denkt daran, dies ist ein Opfer für eine größere Sache. Lasst daher euer Leiden süß sein.
Though I am certain life in the front is tough, remember this is a sacrifice for a greater cause. Therefore, let your suffering be sweet.
Dies wird der glorreichste Moment eures Lebens sein. Und wie ich euch beigebracht habe, wird es uns vielleicht eines Tages gefallen, diese Dinge zu erinnern.
This will be the most glorious moment of your lives. And as I have taught you, perhaps it will please us one day to remember these things.
Gefallen? Ha! Hört ihn euch an. Hat sogar Lucans Gedicht zitiert. Oder war es Virgil?
Please us. Ha, listen to him. He's even quoted Lucan's poem. Or was it Virgil's?
Es ist höchstwahrscheinlich Virgil. Hat ihn unten zitiert. Ardentis fortuna iovat.
It is most likely Virgil. Well, he had quoted him before. Fortune favors the bold.
Das Zitat über das Erinnern. Wie sagt man es nochmal auf Latein? Forsan. Hayek. Und dann was?
The quote about remembering things. How do you say it in Latin again? Forsin. And then what?
Das Et fehlt, Eberhard.
The et is missing.
Forsan et Hayek. Olim memenise juvebit.
And perhaps it will please us one day to remember these things.
Ja, genau das. Dieser alte Fatzke. Hat geschummelt. Das sind nicht mal seine Worte.
Yes, that's it. Ha, that old fart. He cheated. Those aren't even his words.
Was für ein Dummkopf. Weiß nicht, wovon spricht.
What a fool. He doesn't know what he's talking about. After a bitter laugh, both are silent for a moment.
Paul, I'll never be pleased looking back on any of this. If I have children one day, how will I tell them about all this? I sent our fellow countrymen directly into the line of fire, a death trap, knowing full well that the enemy would retake the ground in mere hours. Young lives, lost one after another. And for what? Some senseless orders? I've heard enough. Put the letter away.
Paul slowly folds up the letter. He, however, stretches up the letterhead, compiles into a ball, and throws it into the weeds beside the monument. There is no more fighting, and for the first time in a long time, the days passes without the thunder of artillery. The sunlight falls on traces of grass, tombstones, and birds in the air. Their songs finally can be heard once more.
This feeling. I've never felt it before. It's as though, for this one moment, I can... No. I have already taken control of my future. I'd forgotten how good it feels to be alive. For the first time in a very long while, my heart feels light, mein Freund. The choices I've made may be irreversible, but I've made up my mind. There is only one path for me now.
He looks to the top of the hill and starts climbing.
Do you not wish to continue your studies? Your writings are surely safely stored in the school's archives.
Would you return to school, Paul?
It is unlikely, but you still may.
For what? For knowledge? A diploma? That might have mattered to the old me. But I'm no longer that boy.
Eberhard.
It's too late, mein Freund. Far too late. I need some time alone. Please, write a reply to Herr Mühlenberger for both of us.
The weather is unseasonably mild, and he begins to climb the hill like a student on a field trip. The sunshine and basque air make the world feel new.
The war is over, Paul. The sky is so blue.
Just as it always was.
Just as it always was. Well said. Farewell, mein Freund.
He waves towards and walks away. Paul stands and opens his notebook.
Sehr geehrter Herr Mühlenberger, Ihr Brief wurde von Ihren Schülern wohl erhalten. Sie haben gemeinsam die dunkelsten und härtesten Zeiten durchgestanden. Aber nun sind der Kummer und das Leid zu Ende.
They have endured the darkest and hardest of times together, but now the sorrow and pain have reached their end.
Sie zeigten Mut und Treue, doch diese Tugenden wurden zu einer Last, viel zu schwer für ihre jungen Schultern.
They showed courage and loyalty, yet those vows become a burden, one far too heavy for their young shoulders to bear.
Deshalb werde ich Ihnen keine leeren Worte mehr aufbürden.
Therefore, I will not pile any more empty words upon them.
Der Krieg hat diese jungen Männer in etwas ganz anderes verwandelt. Das Wissen, das Sie ihnen vermittelt haben, ist nun nutzlos, und sie werden nie wieder ihre Lehren hören.
War has shaped these young men into something else entirely. The knowledge you imparted is of no use to them now, nor will they ever again hear your teachings.
Zu diesem Zeitpunkt muss ich Ihnen mit schwerem Herzen mitteilen, dass alle Ihre Schüler aus der Klasse 3 sind gefallen.
All of your students of Class 3 have fallen.
Mit besten Grüßen. Ein toter Mann.
With best regards, a dead man.
Dies schließt die Aufzeichnungen des Soldaten Paul Haumann ab.
Wait, are you telling me? I clicked in my head at the last second. I was like wondering what the gunshot is. I'm like, yeah, okay. He just, I don't want to say that he did kill himself, but, I think that is the only logical solution that is happened. I heard a gunshot. Yikes. Lost to history. Class 3 students died from shelling in 1916, 424. I'm gonna try to pronounce their names. Died from, because I don't know how to pronounce this. Died from shelling on 1916, 427. Was reported missing on 1916, 611. Then was confirmed dead. Milger's tag has been found. Died from machine gun fire on 1916, 812. This would be a long while. Actually, there's not a lot. Never mind. Died from infection on 1916, 11/7. Died from trench fever on 1916, 11/8. Died from shelling on 1916, 12/8. Died from infection after being shot on 1916, 12/13. Died on 1916, 12/14. Cause unclear. Died from shelling on 1918, 1/12. Died on 1918, 3/11. Died on 1920, 11/10. Damn. Wait, so he died, but why is he still there? Unless he's like reincarnated? I don't know. I'm unsure. A little bit. Interesting. That's probably why he doesn't, because probably he doesn't have a face, or his face is like weird or something like that. I don't know. Not sure. Okay, it's unclear, but an unfulfilled prophecy. Oh. Yep. An unfulfilled prophecy. Even now, her tears remain. If you're wondering. Lazarus hasn't spoke a word since news of the ceasefire reached their sanctuary. He's been kneeling at the altar for days, having eaten next to nothing, always thin. He now looks more like a jagged stone obelisk than a man.
What am I to do, mon petit chou? You will not so much as touch the biscuits I baked for him. Never have I seen him in such a state.
The woman clasped her hand to her chest, worried but helpless.
Ladislas.
She gently calls out to him.
The war has ended, not as he foretold. It may take some time ere he is able to free himself of his guilt.
Sir Ladislas, keep thy heart in the Lord, for he shall forgive us no matter how great our missteps.
The good and Paris's woman steps herself from saying more. There's no line of reasoning sufficient to break him from his watch.
Marie, I beg thee do something. One way or another, we all must return to Rouen in the coming days.
She leaves without another word. Sentinel comes to his side, but has no desire to interrupt his silent prayers. For her focus instead is on the statue of the crying girl.
Ladislas, you foretold that Agnes would return to herself come the end of the war.
She pulls out a handkerchief. Too softly clean the stone's unmoving face.
Yet she remains unchanged. Is there truly no way to revive our dear friend? Our family?
Once again, she covers only a humbling, guilt-ridden silence.
Marie?
She turns to the voice, finding it bring to the woman that has become a regular visitor to their sanctuary. As usual, she brought food, this time some salami and dried cheese. After handing off the supplies, she marches straight towards her.
What news from the front?
Some troops have already withdrawn. The rest will follow suit once the armistice is officially signed. Ladislas, he still won't eat?
Just leave him be.
She doesn't let her dwell on the matter, returning to her work, dusting the statue.
If you don't mind me asking, is this statue real?
What do you mean?
I'm not sure how to put this into words properly. It's just that I've never seen her move.
Ah, now your words are clear.
She gestures her handkerchief and takes a deep breath, the cold, wet morning mist filling her lungs.
This is Agnes, a distant cousin of mine. We share a great-grandmother.
She places her hand on Agnes's stone knee.
We took residence together until 1914.
Oh, this
Both at our clan estate in the suburbs of Rouen, and in my rented apartment in Paris. When the war broke out, I departed to join the army. Upon returning during my first leave, I found her in the cellar. It came to pass that, in my absence, she had turned herself to stone.
She can stay in this form as she pleases?
Only so long as her heart yet beats. Were she to turn to stone from within, she would be unable to restore her body to flesh. But Ladislas informed me of another possibility. He said Agnes's petrification was an extraordinary act of self-sacrifice, and that this sacrifice was also a prophecy. Gargoyles were not to coexist with this war. He said that a miracle would occur. That Agnes would be freed from her petrification. I thought it might have been true.
She glances towards him, still kneeling.
But I suppose it was not. Agnes has shown no signs of recovery.
There must be another way.
The gargoyle shakes her head, disheartened.
If only there were. If only I knew of one. But there is very little I know of our bloodline. While the young of my kin generally receive a traditional education from within the clan, my grandmother supported my decision to attend a secular school in my youth. I resided in a small rented apartment in Paris for some time, hoping to enroll at Lonsad. That was until the war broke out. This war. Well, you have seen the face of it. It takes but one shot to end a life. And this war has hurt millions. Friends, family, loved ones. I have lost far too many.
Marie.
Forget it. Tell me, have you yet time today?
What do you want to do?
Take a stroll. I have spent far too much time in the monastery.
After a long journey, they return to the field once soaked in blood.
A pilot.
Their earlier conversation still lingers.
Yes, that's what I wanted to be.
Why?
Many knights joined the Air Force at the time. They believed the sky to be the only battlefield that still maintained at least some semblance of knightly chivalry. It had more than the ground at least. Crawling through mud and digging trenches.
I loathe airplanes. They're exceedingly difficult to withstand from the ground. And the engine noise.
He swallows the compliments, not waiting to sound bitter. She extends her arm over to her friend's back.
Relax. You don't need to fight them anymore. In fact, I'd wager you'll come to like traveling by plane in time.
She turns to the sea of grass rippling in the wind.
Corpses that lay yonder. Did you see them earlier?
No. Perhaps Charon had already buried them.
Most likely. He is an interesting fellow, if not strange.
And kind too. Without him, you and I would certainly have fought again at the graveyard. Oh, that reminds me.
Suddenly, she bends down, rummaging in the roadside dirt.
What?
You threw a smoke grenade at me. Hey!
They laugh as they race down the dirt road, feeling more like children than soldiers for the moment. However brief, they come to a halt before the windmill. Its gears interlocking and turning like the breath of a stumbling ancient giant. The slow creaking of the windmill becomes the only sound.
Marsha. Are you leaving?
No, I have plenty of free time today.
Not now. After the armistice. I know well that the Foundation has tasked you with keeping a watchful eye on me.
It's not exactly like that.
All is well. You may stay. So long as you do not lie. I shall even aid you should you require it. But do not attempt to persuade me to join the Foundation. I cannot abandon my family.
I know that. I'll be leaving after the armistice is officially signed.
Mm-hmm. Hmm? It comes from the windmill.
Sounds like a horse to me.
A horse?
They casually approach the windmill's entrance. Sentinel moves ahead of Marcia, turning her body sideways, and hardens into stone to give a wavy push on the door.
Wow, what a beauty!
A horse indeed. What brings it here?
To be continued. I think I'm gonna end it right there. I'm not even talking because I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm hungry. I would get snacks, but I need more than snacks. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I'm a very, I eat a lot. Anyways, I am going to dip for a moment. Of course, we are going to raid somebody. Tomorrow I might not stream because I might be going out with family, depending on what time I get back home. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Who knows? But yeah, I'll probably see you next week or tomorrow, depending on how I feel. What games I might play tomorrow, if that is. Next week we'll definitely play Zenless for sure. But yeah, as for tomorrow, I am thinking of playing. Let's see. What? I could play Left 4 Dead. I haven't played Left 4 Dead. Ooh, Sonic Racing. I could do Sonic Racing again. Either Left 4 Dead or Sonic Racing. Because I want to play Left 4 Dead because Left 4 Dead is cool and stuff, even if I play by myself. But yeah, either Left 4 Dead or Sonic Racing across the world. Depending if I get back home. Anywho, yeah, we're gonna raid somebody. Obviously, I have to raid Spud. Again, show him some love, okay? He's doing his debut, birthday debut, so if you go over there, obviously, so wish him a happy birthday and compliment his new fit because it's pretty cool. It has a lot of cool stuff in it, and someday maybe I'll get that too. But that's gonna be until a long time. Right now, we're just gonna stay 2D, not 3D yet, because I'm pretty sure like 3D is expensive, so probably spend a lot of money on that. So yeah, I mean, even for like getting a new model, it is expensive too. But yeah, as always, make sure you stay hydrated and make sure you stay out of danger. And I hope everybody has a good day/night. I'll see everybody tomorrow or next week. Bye-bye.